come on our town. Got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. The games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good morning folks. Early start for VP4TV today because we have a third round match in the VP4 2024 Virtual 8-Ball World Championships. It's between Cobra from the UK and Deafty2 from way down under, even further down under than Australia. He's in New Zealand, so that's why we have an early time slot for this match. Now, according to somebody in the chat last night, who I can't remember who said it, they said that Deafty2's a reasonable enough player. I've never seen him shoot, and clearly the time of day that he's on, I won't be around. So we'll get an idea how he shoots in a minute or two, because he's in a, I think he was in a room, yes he is, and Cobra arrived about 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago, so I would assume both of them are getting a bit of practice one way or another. We need a quick update on the schedule. We've got this match starting in 3 minutes' time. We have One Pocket Slim against Bankster later on this afternoon at 5 PM. I should be there for that one. That's in the one-loss side. This match with Cobra and Deafty is a winner's side match, of course. Coldest Pillow and Rabbit go ahead tomorrow at 7:30 PM, and that'll be I think a round 3 as well. Won't be many round 3 matches left. We've got Spectre Dawn and Balls on Thursday. That is the one loss side match, and that's what time's that? Is that 7 PM? Yes, it is. And then finally we have Albinario and Hazard with their round 3 match. That's probably the last round 3 match, and they go ahead on Thursday at I think 8 PM. So that's about as up to date as the schedule's going to be. I think there's not probably any other matches can go up until some of these results come through. But nevertheless, I being off the rest of the week, I should be able to get most of them. Right, so we're all set then. We're just waiting on the time ticking over. We've still got another 2 minutes to go. And amazingly enough, Stubb was in the lobby earlier on. I woke up at my usual time. I woke up about 4 o'clock. Even though I'm off for a week, I still woke up. And when I got online, Stubb was in a room. He didn't hang around long, but he hasn't given up the game completely. He was online, but only for a short while. So we're just going to twiddle our thumbs until this room goes up. I'm trying to think of other things to say, but there's not really an awful lot to say. Other than we had the match last night with Jose and Bankster. Bankster ended up winning out simply because he was a little bit more reliable in getting the job done than Jose was. And that's probably the story of the match, really. Right, so we're about a minute to go. And we'll get a few minutes, of course, I would assume, to have a look at Deafty and see how good or what sort of level that he's at. Again, I don't know whether he plays 8-ball or not. I haven't a clue what his preferences are. But we'll get an idea what sort of level he's at. And if you see the first 2 or 3 shots that he'll get. So there we go, the room is up. And we'll have the lag for the break. Race to 11. We're in nice and early. Well, I'm not expecting very many viewers at this time in the morning. Not that I get that many viewers anyway, but we are a bit early compared to the normal time slot we do live streams. Cobra's in, and Deafty has arrived, and he is on the right hand side of the screen for the lag. Although I don't see any life. Oh, they're finally life in the cue stick. And I think Cobra's going to win it. Yeah. So off we go. Cobra breaking second and third ball. And successful break. But, well, I would think looking at these balls in this corner here, the stripes are the 2 balls guarding the pocket. The 2 solids above it don't have anywhere to go. So he's going to play a combo off that 11 ball, knock that stripe into the side pocket. And he's also cleared the corner pocket and his stripe still goes. So that's ended up a pretty good outcome there for Cobra. Although he's got the 10 ball to deal with first, I would assume. Nothing else this end of the table, so now this is going to be very delicate. He's got far too much angle on this 13 ball to nudge this in and hold for the 11. But if he gets up above with the right pace, he's not quite got there. Not quite got there. Another inch and he was on the 11. So unless he can pull something out the hat here. Well, he is on it. It was very tight. That didn't even look as if he could get to it, but my eyes are so bad anyway. Well, he's actually going to be out here, I think. I didn't think he'd gone far enough for that, but clearly he had just gone enough. Maybe even tweaked the cue ball a bit to get there. But nevertheless, it's a very solid start for Cobra. Played the combo into the side pocket, got a bump on the balls in the corner and opened up the pocket and got the job done. So now Deafty trailing, and I think I'm waiting on his cue stick loading. But anyway, he's got a chance to respond. But he won't be responding much with a dry break, I don't think. Yeah, Cobra's back in straight away. You've got the 2 solids down here, 3 and 4 ball. You've got an issue with the 2 ball, although that issue could be resolved if you finish in the short side. And there is opportunities to get there without trying to move anything. You can even pot that 2 into this side pocket if you're going for the solids, that is. But Cobra's decided stripes are going to be the way to go. But likewise, the 11 ball goes into the side comfortably, so there isn't really any need to move anything. And although the path that he had from potting that ball has maybe created a slight problem here, he's bumped the 11. And now it's on the 13, the 7 ball's in the way for that ball going up table. The 11 ball will go up table. So he's given himself a problem. And I think he's finished. Well, there's definitely nothing potting there on that side. There's no way he's getting to that to pot it, I don't think. Too much of the 13 ball encroaching in that shot. So this is the first problem, really. And it's a thin cut. And he's nailed it. But where's the cue ball ending up? That's the issue. There's the cue ball running loose. Can't see, obviously, those 2 balls. He's only got the 1 ball available to him. Is he going to try keeping potting it? Because that 13 will go. And the cue ball's gone. And, well, maybe he should have looked at something on the safe side. Not that there's a great deal of options safety-wise, but anyway, we're going to get a chance. Well, maybe if Deafty's one of these guys who leaves this. I don't know what camera setting he's got at, but he looks as if he's one of these guys that leaves it on the sort of walk back position, I think it is. I'm not sure. That's why there always looks as if there's a... We'll soon find out. Maybe we're just studying the table from the scratch there. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, this is an opportunity. Maybe a wee bit unexpectedly. We're getting a delay, but obviously he's 13,000 miles away in New Zealand. The assumption is that there's going to be a bit of a delay. So... Deafty2, we're getting a longer delay. So, no problem with anything on the table. Now, he's just getting into that far too much there. He might have to take the 4 instead. He's just getting into it a bit too much, that cue ball. And the cue ball's going to leak up the table. Oh, tell a lie, I forgot he's still got the 1. I thought that was a 9, my bad. He's still good. Well, he's definitely going to be taking the 4 this time. Now, this is a shallower angle just to drop it in and judge the weight for the cue ball. Just right out the middle of the table. And now he needs a little bit of dig just to avoid clipping the 8 ball. Yeah, we're going to get this delay between shots primarily because of the connection that we have. I mean, I don't know, I presume he's... Watch that cue ball, he's getting into it too much. Oh, and that's a disaster. That's a big mistake to be doing something like that. But he had to avoid the clip on the 8, but again, he just got into the cue ball too much. And he's gifted this escape for Cobra. And that's going to be a lot of pain early on for Deafty. Gilt edge, wide open opportunity, and it was only ever going to be an unforced error that stopped him losing the rack, winning the rack, sorry. Big mistake. And Cobra goes unpunished. That's the most important thing. You've got to punish these guys at this level. If you don't, you're going to pay the price. And it's 2-0 the advantage. Cobra breaking in rack number 3. Good morning to it. Yes, I have been up since 4 AM because my body clock doesn't shut down. It's very difficult to shut down. I was woke up about 3:15. Went to the bathroom, back to bed, and sort of lay there till about 4 o'clock. And then I thought, sod this, I might as well get up. And had something to eat. Cup of coffee. No, none of us have ever seen him because we're not around when he's online because he's in New Zealand. Oh, well, it's going from bad to worse for him because that's a poor one in the 7-ball. And this is just playing right into Cobra's hands. I mean, he's already going to have the taste of blood with that mistake. And it's going to be the solids. The solids are all clean, apart from the 3-ball. Let's have a look at this issue here. Well, he's just found the gap. Just enough room to get that 3-ball. I presume it squeezes. Yes, it does. It comfortably goes past the 13. Well, Deafty's had 2 mistakes. But the one he's just done right at the start of this rack is something that he won't want to see it again. A poor shot in a 7. Well, I think he's worried about getting to the 1-ball here. And first of all, if he takes the 5, he's concerned obviously about getting him back on the 6, which he has done. And he doesn't want to go too far on this 6-ball. Let's have a look. I think he's fine. I think he can still nip this. Yeah, and just come back a few inches where he's getting to it a lot more than he really needed to there. He needed to be a wee bit softer than that. Yeah, I think he just got a bit too much into that there. He didn't need to hit it quite as hard. And now it's a bank or a thin cut, but the thin cut, he's probably going to nudge those 2 stripes. Unless he's trying to spin it away. Well, he's trying to play it and spin it away from them. And that'll work out very nice, although he's going to be hampered. Now this is a perfect opportunity to use the W key and use the shaft to aim the ball like that. That's what you do. You use the W key, but you jack up higher and you use the shaft against the ball to find a line for the pot. And he's miscued. So once again, 2 mistakes from Cobra. And he's given Deafty a chance here. At least, if Deafty doesn't get as far as those 2 balls down the bottom here, he needs to put Cobra in trouble. Well, again, there's a big delay here, whether he's looking at the table or whether his connection's maybe gone down now, we don't know, but we'll find out. Yes, I'll get most matches. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I don't know when that was typed. Well, I think Deafty's totally lost interest already in this match. Because that's terrible. I don't know whether he's distracted, not paying attention and coming to the table and not sure of the situation. But that's... This is not going to be good viewing, folks, seeing what's going on here. I mean, that's two gift of opportunities that Deafty's had to win racks, and he's sold out in both of them big time. And that is not promising for the rest of this match. So Deafty breaking off in rack number 4, and he should definitely have 2 racks on the board, no doubt about that at all. But maybe he's feeling the pinch, maybe he's nervous. I don't know, but whatever it is, you've got to blank all of that stuff out and just focus on what's lying in front of you and at least get some of the job done. Really poor what I've seen here. And why ain't you in uni today? Who are you talking about? I'm nowhere near a university. Don't tell me Coldest Pillow's a 16-year-old student, is he? Is that who you're talking about? One of these layabout, drug-dealing, hippie university students? I'm doing a PhD. What, a PhD in pool? What you doing? Well, Cobra on the stripes. Now, if he leaves the angle in this next one into the side pocket, he could maybe get across for this 11 ball that's isolated down here. Well, he's got the opportunity to do it now because he's finished on, I think, the 13, and he can stun across. He can stun across. Got to miss the 1 ball though. Well, he's obviously not playing for the 11 ball at that angle. He's far too much in bedhead territory here. And not only that, I think he's blocked himself off on the pink 12 as well. So he's going to have to commit to this. And this is just threatening to go wrong because the cue ball's travelling and you're not sure where everything's going. Oh, he's found a gap up there, and the bump in the 6 has done him no harm, and he should be out now. All good. Found a gap on the way up the table there, didn't hit anything, and then comes back up, bumps the 6, sitting pretty on the 12, and should be good for the 15 into the left side pocket, and it's going to be 4-0. Oh, Coldest Pillow's off on holiday as well. Yeah. I don't go back to next Sunday. Well, a couple of howlers that Deafty's made. But, I mean, he's really let Cobra off the hook. And this is what the end result is when you do that against these players. You show any sign of weakness. Cobra's break in rack number 5. He definitely has a ball in the break. I heard something go in. In fact, a couple of balls have gone. And it's going to be 5-0. And unless there's a mistake, it's going to be 5-0. This table's very good for getting out. Stripes look good from here. I don't see any problem with the stripes. You've got 3 balls up top table there. You've got 1 into the side pocket to get up there. He's looking at solids. Solids look pretty good as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a bad choice with this table. You've got loads of room to find your way through these balls here. Now, it's clearly now maybe going to have to change because he's got too much angle in the 7, more than he would like, so he might just roll this 2 in. He might have to jack up and hold this, I'm not sure at the angle, or he could maybe go forward and come out. Yeah, he's gone forward and come out, so now he wants probably... Well, he's taking the 7 this time, so he's got to have the angle so he can, again, just get out for that 8. And that's perfect. So, as predicted, it's going to be 5-0. Deafty2's finding out the hard way when you aren't good enough. Well, he might be good, but he's made 2 numpty mistakes. So he has. That have cost him dear. He's had 2 racks where Cobra gave him a chance and he wasn't good enough to take them. And that doesn't help him either. He's come up dry. So, needing a bit of divine intervention here, Deafty. Well, we've got the 1 ball fairly tight on that 8 ball. Look at the 1. Well, it does go up once the 4 ball goes out the way if you were taking solids, but you need to be playing, you know, anything around here to get on that. But if Cobra's going to commit to the solids right now, he'll need to leave one of these here to try and get to that 1 ball. So solids it is. But well, without bumping the 1 ball, he needs to get that 4 ball first. I think he's gone a bit straight in the 2. Looks like it. Let's have a look. Yeah, didn't have much angle there at all. Well, now the angle he's got in the 5, he can get the bump to free up this 1 ball. Well, New Zealand's like 11 hours ahead, I think. Fairly certain they are. Well, there's the bump in the 1 ball. Well, he's got the bailout ball as the 4 ball. Now, does he hold the cue ball there for the 6 on the side? The 6 on the side's fairly tight, but if he lets the cue ball drop through, that'll open up the angle, and he's on the 1 into the side. I don't see a problem here. Well, the only problem there is here is the angle's a bit more than it maybe could have been if he'd actually run straight through. It would have been a wee bit shallower, but I think he'll still get away with it. Right, and now the angle's perfect, so it's going to be 6-0. Well, that was unfortunate for Deafty in the respect that he came up dry and he just had to witness the punishment for coming up dry. Cobra runs out. Cobra breaks off in rack number 7. Balls have gone in. Table looks very good again. I mean, with a table like this, you've got to call it 7-0. Now, the question is what's he going to go for? Well, stripes all go. Oh, he's got 1 into the side. Solids, not quite as clear cut because of where the 2 ball is. That's the only sort of slight doubt with the 2 ball. In fact, I think he's Well, he's looking around and looking around. He's got to think about that 2-ball if he's committing to the solids. So that's going to be the problem. It's blocked in 2 pockets down this right-hand side. And he's got to get in there to get that 2-ball out of there. So this is not quite as straightforward. What am I talking about? He's taking the stripes anyway, hasn't he? That was a 9-ball he took. I thought it was the 1. There's a mistake I've made again. Yeah, made the mistake thinking that the 1-ball was or the 9-ball was a 1-ball. Well, that's why he did take the stripes. Because of that 2-ball. Yeah, I was getting myself confused there again. Now, has he seen enough? Can he see enough of this? No, he can't. So he's going to have to bail out on the 14. But again, he shouldn't have any problem. He's just got to make sure he doesn't roll behind another ball when he crosses this table here. And, well, now it's a wee bit tricky. Now this cue ball is a thin cut into the side. I don't know whether he can avoid the bump. No, he couldn't. And now he's got one thin cut. Still no guarantee this is going to end up good. Has it got the legs? It needs to bounce. Well, he's almost got there. It's thin, but you'd expect him to get it. This for 7-0. No, Cobra never plays 8-ball. Yeah, you'll never see Cobra playing 8-ball. You'll only ever see him playing in a 9-ball room. In fact, the only time you'll ever see him playing 8-balls in a tournament like this, you won't see him any other time during the year. So Deafty breaks off in rack number 8. This time he's got a ball. Now, the problem for Deafty is that this table looks pretty damn good. Again, I mean, it looks pretty good for picking your way out here, but is he going to be good enough to handle it? I mean, at least he's got one major goal, and that's to get something on the scoreboard here. And this needs to be gentle for a start if he's starting off in a 6-ball. Well, it's almost gone wrong. He's got himself nailed to the 2. He's got a dodgy cut on the 3. And he knows the inevitability of not getting this in. Watch the cue ball. Now, I think he can cut that 3-ball in the top rail up above the 8-ball. I think he can get there right now. Not that he's probably played for that. In fact, it wasn't a 3-ball, it's a 5-ball. In fact, looking at it, I don't think he can. So that's one option out the window. The other option's going to have to be the 5. Now, he really needs to get a bump here. And he hasn't, but I think he's still okay. I think he's on the 4. It's going to be a thin cut. Is it? Oh, it's... Yeah, it will go, that 4-ball. It's got to be thin, but the cue ball is running all over the place. No idea where he's going to end up. can't see the 2, but can just get enough this time to thin cut that 5, but that 5 is frozen to the rail. Absolutely rock solid, that 5 ball. That's the least of his troubles. Needs a good shot here and a good roll or a bump to get on that 2 ball. But he better have had a look at that 5 ball, because that is married to the rail. Now that needs to keep rolling. When he can pot the 2 in the side, he's got the wrong angle in the 2. Now, this is the ball that's a troublesome ball to get to the 8, because you're cutting the 2 in, you're coming around, and if you go too shallow in the rail, you're going to finish behind that ball. You need to come around and it opens up, so you're on the 8. In fact, he's too tight to the rail to probably even do that. He might just have to go forward. Well, he's jacking up. I think he's got to cut this and just go forward. Maybe check the cue ball a bit. That's about all he can risk here. Looking at this. Well, I think he's gone way too far. And I think that's a good guide for the thin cut in the 8 ball. That 8 ball will go. This is all or nothing. All or nothing to get onto the scoreboard. Now he's overcut it. So there's another chance come and gone for Deafty. An 8 ball is not easy. Nobody can say 8 ball is easy, because it's so vital that you know what your pattern's going to be and you get that control in the cue ball. Because when you start having to run loose, you're doomed to failure 9 times out of 10. Yes, you can get lucky on the odd occasion, but it's never going to do you much good. Cobra didn't actually have a shot there, I don't think, so he's just decided to give Deafty more grief. And I don't even see a line where he can get to this 8 ball. I mean, there's those 2 balls are in a line as well. If you were going to go 2 rails, 3 or 4 rails to get to that 8 ball, these 2 balls are in the way. And according to that information, Deafty's clock's run out. So Cobra now with ball in hand. And now our main concern for Deafty is whether he's going to get blitzed here. It's heading that way. So Cobra just really completing the formalities in this rack. So the break also goes back to Cobra. Into rack number 9. That was a corner ball that went in there. Cue ball's gone again though. So Deafty, this is as good a chance as you're going to get in this match, I think, to do something here. I'm not convinced that the stripes are going to be the best idea. That stripe is sitting horrible. So if you've and of course the other thing is that that's a scratch in the brake, so it's ball in hand in the kitchen from the scratch from the brake. So he's got to look at solids, I think. My first choice would be to try and squeeze the 3 in and hold for the 7, because it's a bit awkward. What the hell's going on here? Is he thinking he's getting 2 shots or what? Does he understand the rules of this game? I mean, I've got to ask that. Does he understand the rules here? Is he totally confused? Because all I saw him do there was just roll onto a ball, not hit a rail. If he's completely given up, then why doesn't he just forfeit the match and have done with it? 'Cause I don't know what that was about. Somebody can explain it to me. I don't know what's going on. But Cobra will just do his thing. And naturally enough, not interested in the stripes because of that stripe sitting right on the point on that side pocket, staying well away from that. And while he does that, we have that match later on today on the one-loss side. We've got Bankster, the winner from last night, against One Pocket Slim, and that goes at 5 PM my time today, 1700 hours. So I should be around for that one. And then the next match is Coldest Pillow and Rabi on Tuesday. And we have Spectre Dawn and Balls on Thursday. And Albinario and Hazard on Thursday. So those matches are probably going to run into one another. Spectre Dawn and the Albinario match that starts an hour earlier, the Spectre Dawn match. But this match here is all but over. I'm not sure whether Deafty's played in any of these big events, but you know, he's finding out that when you come up against one of the strongest players in the game, everything's going to be asked of you as to what level you're at. And he's not dealt with it very well, I'm afraid. Yeah, we'll look at the bracket after it's finished. Oh, you think you've got to hit 4 balls to a rail or something? Yes, he has. So, again, I'm not sure that Deafty fully understands the rules here, because he's beginning to play like a numpty here, it has to be said. So Cobra took the break. That was one option available to him when Deafty didn't get 4 balls to a rail. Cobra took the option to break instead. But it obviously still shows you that it's Deafty's break in the HUD, just so that you're aware of that. And Cobra now on solids. You've got 4 solids right around where he is at the moment. You've got the 3 ball, I think that is. 5 ball top left. Now, is that the 1 or the 9 ball that's there? That's the 1. So Cobra's going to be in the hill without a shadow of a doubt. And it's going to be probably a complete blitz. I think Deafty's given up. He's just hitting the ball. He's doing nothing that suggests that he's, well, let alone capable of coming back. He hasn't done anything towards any effort in surviving. Nothing. I think he's breaking second, third ball down. Just sort of in between the two. So a fairly straight in 8 ball. We'll take him to the hill. And this match is just gone 40 minutes old. And Cobra now, of course, will break for the match. Let's have a look. Sort of in between second and third. Probably more second looking at that shot. I think something's gone into the side. And it's not quite as straightforward, this rack, because it's a bit clustered, a bit, not clustered, it's a bit busy on that left side of the table up there. Yeah, a bit more thinking to do. Maybe the odd nudge here or there as well might open things up a bit. And certainly, if he's taking stripes and you're out into the table, well, Cobra's taking his eye off the ball there. And I don't know why, because he was trying to get to here. He was trying to get to here to get the cut and do a bump here to make this 15 ball available. I can see where he went wrong there. So Deafty's back at the table. What's he going to do now? Just roll it a ball. So it's still an open table. And that's not exactly that great, but he's got a shot in the 1. The 6 ball will still pot. The 4 ball is an issue. This is a bit like going back to 56k internet connections watching this. So it is. I mean, I don't know what the sort of average quality is like for internet in New Zealand. I would imagine that you know, if you're in the bigger towns, places like Wellington and all that sort of stuff, I would imagine that the internet service would be reasonably good. But like most places, if you're out in the backwoods, sheep farming somewhere in New Zealand, then it might not be quite as good. Well, he's had a bump there and he's finished on the 4 ball. But he's going to have to... The priority I'd be doing here would be stunning this 4 ball in, getting out into here and trying to get... Well, I see that it's tight to get good on that 7 ball as well, looking at that, where the 9's sitting. So, either way, it's not an easy run out here. I think he's gone too close to that to be potting the 6. I don't know that that's what he played for, but he has a chance here to get a bump onto that 3 ball, but he's going to have to tweak the cue ball a wee bit, I think. Oh, that'll work. Now, got to get over to this rail off this 3. He's a bit straightish, there's a slight angle. But if he can get onto the 6, he'll have a shot. But really, he's wanting to get reasonably straight in this 6, and that's a big ask. from where he's sitting right now. Oh, you've got one more chance to get there. Yeah, they have a lot more sheep than human beings in New Zealand. That's no good. Hasn't hit it. I think he just pushed to the 6th ball there, but that's not going to prevent Cobra from completing formalities here, although he's overcut the 10, so he's given Deafty, albeit a very slim chance here. This 6th ball is too tight to the rail for the thin cut. I mean, it's and look at the angle he's at. He's got to go for the bank into the corner. Well, he hasn't called a shot and he scratched, so the thing is he would have had to have miscalled that if it went into the other side, so he's not following the rules either on calling banks. You really should be doing that in this game. So the pain will be over in a matter of minutes. Maybe Cobra was anticipating having somewhat more of a challenge. He doesn't want to take his foot off the gas though. You've just got to beat whoever's in front of you at the time. So we'll be back later on this afternoon for One Pocket Slim against Bankster. Hope you can join us for that. It is going to be around dinner time though, which you know, is a bit of a clash. But very comfortable win for Cobra. And poor old Deafty, well, definitely has a lot to learn, but that's how you learn the hard way. So Cobra is through. We'll go and look at the bracket. He's through to round 4. And he's now waiting on the winner of Guess Who, Coldest Pillow or Rabbi. And that's something to look forward to. And we already have Bedhead in round 4. He's going to find out the winner of Hazard and Albanari over the next day or two as well. So that's what's to come. So now the bracket, not the bracket, the schedule's updated to show that One Pocket Slim and Bankster play later this afternoon at 5 o'clock. I will be there for that. And I hope you can join us. So not much else to say, but Deafty has moved over to the one-loss side. In fact, that's what I should have looked at, because anybody watching that match won't be in fear of Deafty on that performance. Viking, in fact, that's the other thing I meant to say. These matches, there was a couple of matches were going to time out last night, and one of them was Fast Eddie and Rosen. Fast Eddie nowhere to be seen. Rosen, I think, popped in, and anyway, Fast Eddie has forfeited and he's out the tournament. Rosen goes through. I can't remember what other match it was. We know that Casino Jim forfeited against Viking a couple of days ago. There was another match, that one was the one that was going to time out as well. Popman and Balls has gone through there. So these are people who don't want any further part in the tournament. They've gone well and truly. So this is, you've got Larry sitting there waiting and the loser coming through as well. So that's it. I need to go now, so I'm going to bid you good afternoon, and we'll see you later, folks, or good morning, I should say, or good evening, depending where you are in the world. And take care, and we'll see you later.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.